Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is exposing the truth behind, well, let's put it this way, the alleged truth behind why Real Housewife of New York, Lizzy Savetsky either quit or was she fired? So there's been a lot of speculation about the Real Housewives of New York new reboot. As we all know, all of the OGs have been let go. Some are coming back for Legacy, some are not. Will Legacy happen? Maybe, maybe not. Do we want it to happen? Maybe, maybe not. But the drama right now is really heating up with the Real Housewives of New York latest cast. So before we dive into the reasons that people are saying that Lizzy was either fired or let go, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. So with that, you guys, let's dive right on in. And don't worry if you can't read the text messages and the receipts on the screen. I'm going to read everything, so I got your back. I got you covered. So I'm going to read an article from People Magazine. We'll go through it, and this is what Lizzy is saying why she left the Real Housewives of New York City reboot. Mind you, the show has not even aired yet. They just announced it at BravoCon in October, the official cast. So it's a lot of drama already. So let's go through what she's saying, and then I'm going to tell you guys what the tea is on what the real reason is going down, okay? Lizzy Savetsky exits Real Housewife of New York reboot. New Housewife says she was being subjected to anti-Semitic attacks. Her departure comes not even a month after Bravo announced she would be part of the cast alongside Say De Silva, Uba Hassan, Aaron Dana Lichi, Jenna Lyons, Jessel Tank, and Bryn Whitfield. Okay. Now, the Real Housewives of New York City reboot hasn't even premiered yet, and it's already lost one of its housewives. Lizzy and Bravo confirmed Wednesday she has exited the upcoming season 14 overhaul of the hit Bravo series. I will not be continuing on the Real Housewives of New York, Savetsky said in a statement on Instagram. The digital influencer went on to say that as a, quote, a proud Orthodox Jewish woman, she hoped being part of the series would be an opportunity to represent people of her faith. Unfortunately, from the time of my announcement in the cast, I was on the receiving end of a torrent of anti-Semitic attacks. As this continued, I realized that this path was no longer right for me and my family. In a statement provided to People, Bravo said that after thoughtful consideration and discussion with Lizzy, we have reached the mutual conclusion that Lizzy will not be a cast of The Real Housewives of New York City. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Now, this is the thing. She's saying that she's leaving because of anti-Semitic attacks on her. I don't know if she's talking about co-stars, cast members, or the audience members. But what we are hearing on the streets, and I'm not going to reveal my source, I'm going to keep them private, is that this, and I'm going to read what the source says. They say, my understanding is that she is a matchmaker and would not set up a non-Jewish cast member. And when asked why not, she stated she will not matchmaker non-Jewish people. When asked why that was, she stated that her purpose was only to grow the Jewish population. This led to further issues amongst her castmates. She gave up the show rather than continue to argue with them and probably to lessen the backlash she may receive from that matchmaking comment. Okay, so that's what they're saying the real tea is. And this is also of note. Let's continue with this. Sources close to production previously told People the mother of three, who's a wife to plastic surgeon Dr. Lizzy Savetsky, stopped filming for the show nearly 2 weeks ago. Wow. And don't forget, you guys, this is the same Lizzy that was also testing and filming to be a part of the Real Housewives of Dallas as well. But she was not a fit for that cast. She was not a fit for that show. I don't know if it's the same reason, dealing with religion, dealing with her being Jewish, and what her Jewish faith was, and then how that was interacting with the other cast members or how to come across. I'm not sure why, but she ended up not being chosen for the Real Housewives of Dallas, and then they put her into the Real Housewives of New York City. Again, I'm confused how they're, jumping from Texas to New York. Maybe she was born in Texas. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, she was definitely being looked at for the Real Housewives of Dallas, and obviously that did not happen. But let's get into more tea, okay? Let's get into more tea. Now, they're saying that this is the cast member. Her name is Bryn Whitfield. She is also going to be on the Real Housewives of New York reboot, okay? She works in marketing, and if you can't tell by the photo, she is biracial. She's a biracial woman. It goes on to continue to say, I think that this is mostly true. I heard that she used a racially insensitive term and she was fired. This is in reference to Lizzy, okay? I also heard the lady that was called a racially insensitive term had first compared her to a Nazi, and who I hope is also reprimanded and hopefully fired. So the reason why I think it's Bryn that was fighting with Lizzy is because it's been said that Bryn and Lizzy have since unfollowed each other. So this is the tea. The tea is that Lizzy, who is an Orthodox Jew and as a matchmaker said, no, I'm not going to, match anybody who's not Jewish because it's my belief, it's my faith that my purpose is to continue on the Jewish population. So I'm not really going to matchmake anybody who's not Jewish. And then allegedly, Bryn, who is a biracial woman, was like, wait a minute, like that sounds really racist. I'm comparing you to a Nazi. You only want your people to procreate. That's not cool. A big fight ensues. And then allegedly, Lizzy said something that was racially insensitive to Bryn, who is biracial. And then what it all amounted to was Lizzy leaving the show. Now, did Lizzy want to leave the show because she doesn't want any blowback or smoke from anything that she may have said? That could be true. Was she fired from the show? Maybe she said something that was too racially charged towards Bryn. That could be it as well. I know that she's putting it out there that she left the show because she got anti Semitic attacks, but behind the scenes, they're saying she was the one that didn't want to set up or matchmake anybody who wasn't Jewish. Now, this is the thing for me. I personally believe that I mean, I'm not sure why someone would, and I want to know what you guys think, candy canes, because this is a very sensitive topic, right? This is still a very sensitive topic. So I want to know what you guys think. I don't think that I personally would be offended by that if someone said, "Oh, this is my faith, and the people that I cater to are my own faith." But maybe if it was race, it would be different. Like, I don't know how I would feel. There's like Christian mingle, there's, J date, there's Black people meet, there's a lot of stuff like that. So it's really, really nuanced. And I think it really boils down to how she said it, if this is true, right? How did she say that she doesn't want to work with anybody who's not Jewish and she only wants to help Jewish people procreate? I want to know how she said it because how she said it really matters, you know? Because if someone was like, well, I don't want to work with any Black people, I only want white people to procreate, it's my purpose to only have white people, population grow, how would someone take that? Or if someone's like, well, I don't want to work with white people because I only want Hispanic people to grow, So if it gets into race, it gets into religion, it gets very sticky. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you believe what Lizzy said in her statement? She was getting all this anti-Semitic hate, and that's why she left the franchise? Or do you think it's deeper than that? Do you think that once she said, I'm not going to set up anybody who's not Jewish because it's my purpose to only have Jewish people procreate, that is what actually kicked off the fights and kicked off the drama and kicked off everything going on between the castmates. Maybe she said something she shouldn't have said. Maybe somebody else said something they shouldn't have said. And then ultimately Lizzy had to leave. You know, Bravo is saying it was a mutual decision. But usually one person says, I'm leaving, or one person says, you're fired. So let me know what you think. Do you think Lizzy said she wanted to leave? Or do you think Bravo said, you're fired? Put it down below and let me know what you think. And I also really want to know your thoughts on how do you feel about, you know, someone of a particular faith, whether it's Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, whatever, saying, I'm only going to work with people of my faith because I only think it's my purpose to have people of my faith procreate and help spread them, you know, in the world. Would you take offense to that? Or does she have the right to say, this is what my faith is, this is what my belief is, no offense to you, but this is what my religion says? So I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. But before you do that, my candy canes, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend, because a kiki is always better with community. Check out the description box down below and shop our love collection. And with that, my candy canes, I will see you next time. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!